What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Ajani. I got nothing to say. You all doga and my opinion. In today's topic, I'm going to be talking about why you should start doing things alone, right? So this is not for me to tell you that you should always be a lone wolf. Whenever you're doing something, you should always just be all by yourself, never ask for help. This video is not about that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that sometimes doing things on your own, it does not necessarily mean that you're lonely. Doing things on your own does not necessarily mean that you're self-centered or you're selfish. Sometimes you just need to isolate yourself just so you can be with yourself, have a relationship with yourself, right? A good example would be most people that are insecure, or most people that are very what is it called, depressed, or something that has to do along those lines. Those people don't have good relationship with themselves as individuals. Granted, for the average person, sometimes you have your ups and downs, which is perfectly normal, right? But some people just do not have good relationship with themselves. Thus, some people find a coping mechanism, which is smoking, drinking, and some type of coping mechanisms, which sometimes can include even racing and doing things that are not necessarily safe for yourself. I think most people should start to build a good relationship with themselves. Me, for an example, before the military, my relationship with myself was very toxic, right? It was very bad. I was very aggressive. I was always angry. Back in high school, starting from middle school all the way to high school, something happened to me that just automatically made me, put up my fortress and start to just be defensive for no reason at all. Granted, I had good reasons to be mad, but a lot of the time, the way I approached the situation, the way I reacted in those situations were those were the only things that I knew at the time, right? Build a good relationship with yourself. It's definitely gonna help you in the long run, right? Most people do not have a good relationship with themselves, man. Like, I know definitely I do not have a good relationship with myself before. Even now, once in a while, I do question myself. Do I even qualify to even make videos and try to help out people, even talk about things like this? You get what I mean? Like, I've been wanting to make videos like this. I've been wanting to open a YouTube channel for the longest time. Actually, before, when I was a kid, when I was like 14 or something like that, I opened a YouTube channel. I was able to get like 20,000 subscribers, something like that. And the YouTube channel ended up getting deleted. And I had a YouTube channel that went all the way to 15,000 subscribers. But yet again, I just quit because I felt like I was not qualified to even be making videos. You get what I mean? That's one of the things that has to do with like me just questioning myself. I'm like, I do not qualify to even talk to these people. I do not qualify to even come above trying to tell these people what to do. You get what I mean? Knowing damn well I might be doing something else. Yeah, when it comes to things, I'm a guy that is very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a specific word. I just don't want to do something. I don't want to preach to the choir. I do not want to preach to people knowing that I'm doing the exact opposite, right? There was this one trending thing that was going on Instagram of this fish that they're not normally seen on the surface, right? I don't know. They're normally deep underneath the sea. I would probably put a video of them, right?
This is the only known sighting of the fish on the surface of the ocean ever. It spends most of its life thousands of feet below in the dark.
So there you have it, something new.
And the fish my bad. The fish swam all the way to the top of the surface of the sea or something like that. But then the fish ended up dying. And I see a lot of Instagram on TikTok videos of how the fish was so inspirational, because normally they're not seen up on those high up in the sea and all that. But that's a good example of why sometimes you just got to take a risk, and sometimes you just got to do things on your own, right? So yeah, being on your own is definitely not a bad thing. You move on your own time. You're building self-confidence. You're proving to yourself that you're sufficient enough, right? Being all alone, trying to do a project all by yourself, that shows that you're competent. You're sufficient enough for yourself. You know what I mean? Instead of relying on other people, right? There's nothing wrong with relying on other people, but sometimes you just have to be alone. Just like how most people, when it comes to having their own personal space and stuff like that, they just want to be alone sometimes. You get what I mean? For an example, It's actually a rule of thumbs when it comes to talking to people, like how close you can get to someone's personal space before they start getting uncomfortable, right? That just shows that it's just naturally in us to do some things on our own sometimes. Granted, you have some individuals that cannot be on their own, right? Some individuals that have a bad relationship with themselves to the point that if they're all by themselves, their mind is playing games with them. Their mind is bullying them to the point that they're like, dude, I can't sit by myself. I gotta constantly be moving. I gotta get distracted. I gotta do something. I gotta do this. Hence why some people just keep scrolling. Some people don't have anything better to do. Some people cannot be by themselves, right? So for an example, me specifically, if I get put alone in a room by myself, that would be fine, right? Most of the time, I just even stay in my room because personally, I love being alone, right? I love being alone. Even if I do go outside, right? Even if I do go outside, the only thing that would probably be very thrilling to me is if I play sport or I'm taking photos of beautiful sceneries and all stuff like that. But I'm one of those people that I can be on my own for a fat minute without getting anything at all, right? Some people cannot do that, right? Some people cannot do that, but those people, they gotta learn how to be by themselves, right? Of course, you got some people that are introverted as well, but yet again, once they're alone by themselves, their mind stop bullying them. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being on your own. Less distraction, more time to do things on your own. You build self-confidence with yourself. You get to know yourself more. It helps you get to clarify some specific things about yourself a little bit more. A lot of people do not know themselves, right? That's because they never spend the time to actually sit down and talk to themselves. Talk to that inner voice in your head that's constantly belittling you, or even worse than that, right? There's nothing wrong with being alone. Some people might be like, well, seeing you going outside, they'll be like, damn, this dude is lonely. This dude got no friends. This dude is lame, you know? This dude is lame, right? Let them think that you're lame. Let them think that you're lame. Like, what's the point? Like, let them think that you're lame. You're not here to please them, right? Let them think that you're lame, but yet again, be on your own, man. Sometimes you just gotta be on your own. Let those people think that you're lame while you're figuring out yourself, while you're discovering yourself. Like, a lot of people, they do not know themselves as individuals. You know what I mean? Just take the risk, go outside, go play sport, go on an adventure, a solo adventure, and go explore more things. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace out.